Hey guys, Human here. It's been a while since I last posted a video, and now I'm back. Sorry I've been so busy though. Now, I'm here back with BT10 Minerva Loop. It's simple decklist and tutorial. The decklist is a base version of it. Everyone should use a base version, something that is proven to work, and then branch off it with your personal flavors, with your tech choices, and what you like the deck to do. So let's get right into it. We start with our rookies and egg. We have 4 Minervamon, the best purple egg possible for this deck. Allows you to draw and discard, fills up your hand, and fixes your hand and fills up your trash. Next, we have 4 Gabumon. Same thing. It can help fix your hand by drawing 2, then trash 1. It adds more cards to your trash. Overall, it's a +1 to your hand size. Next, we have Psychmon. Psychmon is one of the best floodgate rookies you can ask for in this format. In this format, it can help stop Crossheart. It helps stop Blue Flare. It stops Def Xmon. It stops Beostarmon. That's a lot of the meta decks, especially Crossheart and Blue Flare, since they are introducing a new mechanic, Digicross. Digicross reduces the play cost of a Digimon by putting the Digimon to the source of what you're playing. However, Psychmon does stop it. And of course, we can't leave without Gazimon. Gazimon are floodgate to prevent memory manipulation, which every deck will have some sort of memory manipulation, such as memory boost, or in a mirror match, you have Jag Raid. Next, we have our level 4 champions. Of course, we have our 4 Icemon scatter mode, draw your 3 cards, trash 2, fix your hand, and possibly draw Icemon where when it's trashed from your hand, and there's a scatter mode in your trash, it does come into play. And of course, we have our one-off Icemon in here. Next, our other level 4 that we chose is Devimon, Blocker. It's very cheap Digivolution. It's only 1 cost. And Minervamon does allow it to be played from trash when your opponent plays a Digimon. Later on, I will discuss about it. Another level 4 you can add in, Promote. And we'll talk about that later as well. Next, we have our ultimate level 5. Of course, we have our Cerberusmon and Cerberusmon Werewolf Mode package. Uh, Overall hand deck facilitate, and it's overall +1 to your hand size for Cerberusmon, and it does allow you to play a Werewolf Mode by deleting it and gaining 9. So play it for 9, gain 9. Overall is a plus minus 0. But if you have analog and it has a source under it, it is a +1. Of course, you can always hit a dead or alive in your security. Your opponent hits a dead or alive. You bring a werewolf mode back, delete your Cerberusmon, you get +9 memory. It more likely than not that will end your opponent's turn. Next, we have Lucimon Chaos mode. Of course, we play a lot of level 5s here. We do need to remove Tamers or Digimon here. Some Digimon are harder to remove. Chaos mode does help with that. And especially if Dead or Alive is hitting security, it is a free play and delete something. Of course, Minervamon does allow you to play Lucimon Chaos mode as well. Next, our level 6s, Megas. Of course, we have 4 Minervamon, can't make do without it. For Minervamon, the core of the deck, it combos together with your Cerberusmon, your Werewolf mode, and Revive from the Darkness for a +5 memory play. Potentially infinite blocker versus Digicross decks, or against Jesmon as well. And then Lilithmon recycles your option usage and allows for memory manipulation. Creepymon. It does allow you to attack over high DP Digimon if it can attack the same based on who is digivolving over. It can also potentially play a Lucimon from your trash to delete something and attack something as well. There are times where if you have 2 level 5s on board and one of them is a Cerberusmon, you could possibly even bring back a Werewolf mode to delete the Cerberusmon for +9 memory. And of course, we have Def Xmon, your whiteboard removal. It can potentially cost 0 to play. It all depends on how many Digimon and Tamer your opponent has in play. However, this is where Cyclone comes in. Cyclone will stop it. And your biggest fear for this deck is Palmumon and Pillowmon. Palmumon and Pillowmon does stop Digimon from being played by card effects. So you cannot play Digimon off of Minervamon. You cannot use Revive from the Darkness. There are so many cards you cannot play. Death Xmon will remove those for you. Next, we have our Tamers. Right here, I prompted for 1 Matt Ishida and 3 Analog Youth. People does argue sometimes you do not need your mat and just go all for analog so that you can look at your deck, look at your top 3 cards, pick one to add to your hand. Look at top 3, pick one to add to your hand. Mat, here in this case, it looks in your trash, pick up a purple card from your trash and add it to your hand. Sometimes you do have more cards in your trash and you can have more options to pick from. Mat does allow you to get a Digimon or option, but analog does not do that. You can only get Digimon off of it. And of course, Matt is a memory tamer to allow you to start at 3 for your Minerva plays. Analog searches for your missing pieces, increases trash to turn your Jackery alive, and memory manipulation. Next are options. Very important here. A lot of different ways to have your option counts. Right here, I have one Back for Revenge here. It is not required. It is sort of a tech choice and a safety net. It's a safety net as you are able to attack with a werewolf mode into security without fear of werewolf mode being deleted. If it's not deleted, you can go into a Minervamon and play Revive from the Darkness from there. Delete it, you bring back your Cerberusmon. Minervamon will bring back Werewolf Mode. Werewolf Mode will delete the Cerberusmon. You draw 2, discard 1, and then your Minervamon does come back into play because of Back for Revenge. Next, of course, Calling from the Darkness. This is a one-off. You can play 2. You don't have to, but you can play 2, which allow you to look in your trash, pick up cards that you need in order to make more plays. And of course, Deathclaw. You need to remove Floodgates. Floodgates are this deck's biggest weakness. The more floodgates you have to deal with, the less likely you're able to win. And of course, Dead or Alive is a security bomb for potential +9 memory, or even get a Lucimon back from trash to delete a Digimon or Tamer. And of course, we have Jagray, manipulate your memory usage, as well as if it's in security, it does allow you to gain 2. And finally, Revive from the Darkness, core of the deck along with Minervamon, Cerberusmon, and Werewolfmo. I've talked about it earlier, I'll say it again here. If you have a Minervamon in play, and you have a Cerberusmon in your trash, or under Minervamon, and then a Werewolfmo in trash, you need all 3 available to bring back. So first, you use Revive from the Darkness, it will delete the Minervamon. Minervamon's deleted, Revives from the Darkness has to resolve first. Finish resolving this, you bring back a Cerberusmon. After you bring back Cerberusmon, your Minervamon will now trigger. Minervamon triggers, when you bring back a Werewolf mode. You do get your on-play effect in this case to delete your Cerberusmon to gain 9 memory. Overall, it costs 4 to use Revive from the Darkness, and then you gain 9 from Werewolf mode. It is a +5 memory overall play. And here are the matchup overviews. In my opinion here, if you're playing against Crossheart, I believe Minervamon Loop has a 60-40 matchup win rate. Psychmon and Minervamon can overpower the deck by themselves as it prevents your opponent from making plays. Next we have Blue Flare. Blue Flare plays a lot of floodgates. It will stop your deck if you do not have plays, and they do play Sora and Joe to strip your sources. It's very similar to Lilith Loop. Playing against Blue Hybrid, it is an extremely poor matchup, which is why I set it up to 35 to 65. As in this format, it does not require as much compared to before for Lilith Loop to make plays and to remove floodgates. However, it can potentially be a 30-70 or even 25-75. Next, we have Jesmon. I set it as a 40-60 in Jesmon favor, as Jesmon can swarm the board and play Solarmon. It does have a lot of floodgates and protection, such as um, Blanc that has decoy or CL that has reboot. It will help their deck and stop you, Minerva Loop, from making plays. And of course, we have Bloom Lore. I like to see this as a 50-50. However, once BT10 is over and goes into EX3, it becomes like a 30-70 as Bloom Lore gains more cards to play, such as Hydramon that can bottom deck your Digimon. And it also gains memory when you attack because you suspended Digimon. And Floodgates, of course, they play Terriermon, they play Palmumon. Def Xmon is your best friend. You need to remove those. Palmumon stops you from playing card Digimon by card effects, and Terriermon, of course, stops you from memory gains. And here is the full deck list. Take a look for a moment, and then we'll move on to Tabletop. Well, actually, no, before Tabletop, we'll move on to cards that can potentially be put into the deck and then Tabletop. Alright. Potential cards. Right here, we have potential cards such as Sukaimon. So Sukaimon could be a potential rookie, as on deletion you do gain a memory inheritable. This does allow you to have one less memory in order to go into a Minervamon when it's deleted because of this. So if you're at 2 and do not have an analog, Sukaimon does give you the extra memory if it's your full Cerberus stack, and you play a Werewolf mode to delete it and gain the memory. Next, we have Elecmon. It's another form of Floodgate removal. Floodgate is your worst enemy. Elecmon is a very good choice to put into the deck as well. Next, we have Ginkaku Promote. As Promote is a rush Digimon, you can go on top of a Icemon in order to rush for game, or potentially even bring it back with Minervamon for extra attack. And of course, we have Mastimon. Mastimon, because it is a 4 to Digivolve, you can Digivolve on top of a level 5 your Cerberus Spawn or Werewolf mode and bring back level 4 or lower. In this case, most of the time, if you're going to play a promote, you can also play a Mastimon so you can trash a security and bring a promote back. When you play one, you might think about playing the other as well. Next, we have Nidhoggmon. Once it's discarded from your hand, you gain one memory. You also have a floodgate removal effect where you digivolve on top of level 5. You can discard one card and delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. It does help a lot. So these are possible options, and of course we can't forget about Omnimon Zort. Right here in the current deck list, you see only one level 7, and that is Def Xmon. Zort is a potential card to be put in here, as you can bring back 2 level 5s and then play your Werewolf mode, or possibly bring Promote back, or any other Digimon in order for you to make more plays, or possibly even end turn. By doing this, bring back Floodgates, prevent your opponent from making more plays. And finally, we head right into Tabletop Simulator. Here, I already set up a board state. It is currently Jesmon's player's turn with a Savior Hawk, Jesmon in hand, and Sisters. I made this setup ahead of time so that you can see interactions of what may potentially happen here. So here we have the full stack Gurimon, Hawkmon, Bowhawk, Savior Hawk. This is the new Savior Hawk and old Bowhawk. This interaction will most likely happen in gameplay as well. So let's suppose this was just Digivolved over. So he was actually at 4, Digivolve a Savior Hawk, go to 0. He can now attack unsuspended Digimon. Now he goes into a Jesmon for 4, goes to 3, he draws 1. Honestly, what cards he draw don't matter. Um, and now he has Blitz. He opts, and let's suppose there is at least one security here, supposedly. He opts to attack into the Minervamon because he's able to bring out something with Decoy, with Blanc. So he attacks into Minervamon, he gets his on-play effects now. So his first on-play effect, he opts to use Jesmon's effect to play one Digimon from his hand and move on. So he plays a Sister Mont Blanc from his hand, discards a card, chooses discard Seal, to draw 2. I believe that's the right CL I picked up. Um, Let's see. Top of 9. Yes. Yes. Okay. So you do get that. You draw 2. Next, you have Savior Hawk's effect. Savior Hawk allows you to play a system mark from your hand or trash. You play the seal that you just discarded. You can also use this effect. Take this example for when you play Jessamon as well. You play Seal with his effect. Seal's effect. So on the turn this display, you may digivolve from your Digimon with Roll Knight and straight without from his hand by paying its Digivolution cost. And when it digivolves into Digimon with Hugmon or Roll Knight, you gain a memory. And you see here, you have an X antibody. You can go into Jesmon X antibody here. So now he has piercing and all the effects. And Jesmon X antibody, when digivolving, you can play a sister from your hand. Oh, you also gain a memory because you digivolved with this effect. So when you play a sister, or you play a sister mon from your hand because it's been played, it was just digivolved. And then if this Jesmon is source, or if you have a Digimon with System name, all Digimon gains 2,000 and your opponent's turn. You do play the CL here, you gain another memory. Now he's what, 15k, I believe, 15k attacking into Minerva. Now, as I went through all that, Minervamon does have an effect of opponent's turn. When your opponent plays a Digimon, you may play one purple level 4 or lower Digimon from your trash without paying its memory cost. Any on-play effect, Digimon played by this effect don't activate. You see how I went through the entire effect? This is because turn player has priority. Turn player must finish legal effects, before your opponent's effect go off. In this case, 3 Digimon was played. So now, Blanc was played, you play a Digimon out. I choose to play a Ice-Mon Scatter mode. However, your opponent does have a Balhawkmon. Balhawkmon, oh, I forgot Greymon, so he does draw one. Let's pretend I remembered and draw for Digivolution. Anyway, Balhawkmon does delete when attacking. If you have a system mon in play, you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. Balhawkmon can now be activated because now there is a Digimon in play. Ice-Mon does get deleted, and I draw 3, discard 2. However, if this Ice-Mon was already in play at the beginning of all this, the Balhawk will delete it before I make any play. So suppose right here I had nothing. I played the Balhawk, play the Scatter Mode dies. I draw 3, 1, 2, 3, and discard 2. Alright, 2 cards have been discarded. Now I have 2 more Digimon I can play from my trash. And I choose to play a Devimon blocker with another Icemon. This is because I I want to protect the Minervamon since they have so many Digimon in play. So you block with the Devimon, he has piercing and does his checks. So this would be the basic play that you normally see in this matchup. He now has 4 Digimon in play, and I have to find some way to deal with it while keeping his Digimon count lower than mine. So now to play a turn, you draw a card. So as you can see here, I need to remove 2 bodies before I'm able to make any other play, because I can't do anything. Your CL, he has no blocker though, I can tell. There are no blockers here. Everything's plus 2k, CLs are 5, and so on. And he does have a block with decoy. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do because there is no blocker, you can make plays such as just swing into security. Okay. However, alright. Now suppose these are not in play. I'm gonna move this back. This goes to hand. These are in hand, and this is in trash. Alright, let's say all he has is a Jesmon unsuspended. Very unlikely, but he has one Digimon in play. You can play a Cerberusmon here. Delete this, suspend the analog, gain a memory. Now you have draw 2, discard 1, draw 2, discard 1, draw 1, discard 1. So you do hatch an egg first, and you make all your plays. I have no idea what's this order. I'm just going to shuffle it. Let's flip this. So here is where the issue is. Here's the big problem. You need one more memory before you're able to make plays. Hope you draw it. So draw 2, discard 1, draw 2, discard 1, draw 1. Ooh, this is not good. Discard 1. So this is where that Tsukaimon I just talked about comes into play. Tsukaimon does get you the extra memory you need. So here, in this case, you just go into Minervamon and you pass turn and give them 1. This way, if they make more plays, they don't have to. But let's say all that earlier, I actually started at 2 instead, and I do go to 0. I can go into Minervamon here, go to 0, draw the card, and then play Revive from the Darkness because I don't know what they have in the security. So I'm just gonna put some random cards in security. 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna put 5. So 5 random cards into security because I'm worried about the Minervamon dying. So I do this. Revive from the Darkness does bring a Cerberusmon out. I'm gonna keep these on the side here. Alright, Revive, plays for 4, bring Cerberusmon out. Now, Minervamon effect activates, you play a Werewolf mode. Werewolf mode activates, you delete your Cerberusmon to gain 9 memory. Now you have 5, draw 2, and discard 1. Now you have 5 memory to work with instead. You have Rush, so you attack with it, hope it doesn't die. If it dies, I'm just sad. Alright, Solomon, it lives. Great. Now you can Digivolve this into Minervamon. Now you have 2. You draw 1. You can do this again. Revive again, pop the Minervamon, plays a Cerberusmon. Cerberusmon now play Werewolf mode. Werewolf mode does delete the Cerberusmon. Now you get 5. So it costs 4. You gain 9. Now you have 7 memory. Draw 2 and discard 1. Discard this just cause I still have to think. All right. Now you have 7 memory. You attack with it. You check a security. Oh, teacher student. Does it affect? Just not gonna do it. Not right now. Now you Digivolve this into another Minerva. You have 4. Draw. So right here, as you can see, I am now out of Revive from the Darkness from my hand. However, I still have 4 extra memory to work with. What can I do with these 4? You can do this. You can you can just do calling here. You keep this Minervamon in your trash, so you can pick 2 other Minervamons, add it to your hand. And now you bring the Digimon back. And Minervamon's effect activates, I bring something back. I choose to bring Cerberusmon here, so I can use its effect. I choose to use Dead or Alive, or if you don't have it, you can just play the Cerberusmon, Werewolf instead. Play Dead or Alive, delete this. Yeah, overall +1. You draw 2, discard the Eyesmon. Now you have an extra body on board. You can attack with this and be perfectly okay, as it doesn't matter whether it's deleted or not. It lives, even better. And now you can go into a Cerberusmon on the side, on the Eyesmon. Go to 2, draw. You play another Werewolf mode. Get 2 more, and discard 1. You don't need this Def mod anymore. You can attack with this. Okay, it lives, even better. Now you have, what, 26 cards? You go Jack Ray, go to 4, Digivolve it into another Minerva. Go to 1, draw. Hey, there's the Revive. It took a while, but we found another one. You play Revive. You go to 3, delete the Minerva. Revive will get the Cerberusmon. Cerberusmon now bring Werewolf mode. Werewolf mode deletes the Cerberus. Gain 9 memory. You go to 6, draw 2, and discard 1 more. You don't need this anymore. You attack with this. It dies. Unfortunate, but that's alright. It's deleted. Just go into another Minerva here. Go to 3, draw another Revive. But at this point, you don't need Revive anymore. You can just go Deathclaw. It dies. Alright, no problem. You bring back a Werewolf will swing for game. Right there, I did 6 attacks. And you could do more. You could potentially do more. Game state always changes. You could possibly have, like I said, 2 level 5s, like I did earlier. Go into Creep one if there were 2 or more Digimon on the opponent's side, and bring back a Werewolf to get 9 memory that way. There's many plays you can do. And that is all, folks. I hope you enjoy this. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. You can even message me on Discord or on Facebook. To be honest, I probably wouldn't respond on Facebook, but if you message me on Discord or make a post on my Discord channel, feel free to do that. If I have time, I will respond to you. Well, hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you next time.